Hi, it's Tuesday. You know what that means. It's time for another exciting adventure into. Whoa, man, lost that. Uh, welcome to Tiny Meng Tuesday, everybody, where we will be chopping shop and talking shop. It's not just me, though, your faithful host, Diamond Dave Wheeler, aka Dave Wonder, aka Dave Wheeler. I'm also joined by fellow host, the Madman of Minneapolis, the effervescent Matt Lind. What up, dude?
Hello, hello.
What's
What's up,
shaking?
everybody? And if you're still there, Mixie, thanks for joining us. Take care.
Hell yeah. And joining us as the third Meng, we have the returning King Ginger. What's up, dude? Yes.
Um, Nothing.
Excellent.
Nothing much.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's all right.
How are you gents doing? How is everybody in the chat doing?
Holy crap, exploding. That's what's going on. What up, Brandon, Speaky Geeky, Quinn, Emilio, Oscar Reynoso, Micah, of course, Mitch Patrick
Mitch!
Winters, Forgivens, Pendergast, Lucky Butter. Hey, Mixie, you're back. Mitch also throwing those sweet socials in the chat. Oh, what up, Mr. Ryan Clark? How you doing, man? Robert Leon, the king returns. Hail to the king and them other dudes. Thanks, Spike.
Hail to the
What
king,
up,
baby.
Dicks? Oscar, hell yeah, King Ginger, greeting to all. Nice to see you. Oh, thank you, Rob. What up, Joven and Quintillion? What are you fine folks working on this evening?
Something easy, because my brain is not working.
That's fair.
I just got the same stuff I've been kind of poking at, so I'm going to be working on that, sculpting a little bit, painting a bit. Yeah.
What up, Thor? I actually got another one of these big bastards in. I am customizing that for Luca in the chat. If Luca's in there tonight, I know sometimes he pops on later, so I'll be.
His name is Luca, and his stomper is going to be on the second floor.
Greeting keeper of the beanie, benevolent monarch Ginger, and the hustler of Hypnos. Thank you, Winter Saber. Super Spike, I'm curious what Matt is going to do to the composite Hulk. Uh-oh.
Oh, nothing. I'm not going to do anything to it. I just got this. I wasn't
nice.
sure if I would, so.
That's fair. Doing good there, King. Just ready to listen and make dick bullets fire. Nice, Forgivens. Thank you, Winter Saber.
Camera's working again, which is great. Anyway, it's cool. I'm not, it's one of those things I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Yeah.
Nifty. I'm glad to have it.
All right.
And I'm going to drop this in the private chat here. I can't remember who was asking last week. Forgive me, but I feel like that is what you're looking for your Westworld Man in Black.
Oh, I will pop that up in just a sec.
Yes.
You caught me with my wash on. Give me a sec. Need to clean this out. All right, one character. Ding, ding, ding. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a good call. I didn't even think about.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it at all either.
That figure's getting harder and harder to find, but those pistols would definitely do the trick.
There's the NECA one too. Does that help with the volume Pendergast? I've been messing with my cam and stuff lately. So.
Oh, I thought that I saw that at GameStop. Oh, nice. Matt, there we go. Lucky Butter, how's everyone doing? Good.
Yes, there's also a NECA Nancy that's roughly the same size. I don't know if it's easier to find or not, though there is one at local comic shop. So,
Death, I actually use StreamYard. That compound Hulk looks so much better with some extra shading and highlights. Fair. Need a good brush for painting eyes since my TMNT MMPR Mikey came a little cross-eyed. I stand by these army painters with the little thicker handle. They do wonders.
They are nice. The other thing that I use to paint eyes.
Oh, toothpick, nice.
A little bit of paint on a toothpick tip.
Been using a paint pen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very fine.
Yeah, if you get the right kind, for sure.
Here, let me grab one.
Yeah, I gotta. I know Carmelis on Instagram was asking, and I couldn't remember what color mine was. That is the marker that I used for my shocker. I don't know if he's on, but I will
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The water base.
I of course I didn't see Robo did a review and he used a brown version of the same exact thing. Oh, nice.
A brown.
Finest point, and you can get them pretty cheap online.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. I'm going to
Yes,
get him.
I mean, hey, he's not Manny on the Muppet Babies. You don't know whether if he's wearing a skirt and high socks underneath the desk there.
He shows his face from time to time.
Yes.
No, I really don't. Right now, I have from I don't know, like 3 or 4 Halloweens ago, one of our Halloween parties when I was Peter Pan. I had my Peter Pan shorts on, so they were all ragged at the bottom.
So you look like one of the Lost Boys.
I do, and since I've lost weight, my pants don't really stay up as well as they used to. So no one wants that free show.
Or so your excuses.
Yeah, you just would like to drop trout. Oh, Collector Express .005 fine pens really work well. Hell yeah.
Hello.
Hi, King.
And
See?
yes, I got a haircut. Finally.
Oh.
Well, everyone, glad you posted a pic of King Ginger. I was thinking he was like, oh, there we go. Why did that pop up again?
I hate that picture, by the way.
Pain in the hole. I'm sorry.
I despise that picture.
I thought it was classy.
It's all right. I've got the worst shit-eating grin on my face, and it's from something I have okay memories of, but also not great memories of. So
Fair.
Sitting out in the rain and.
Anyone recommend a crisscross bandolier for my Gladiator Wookiee?
You can just take any 2 single bandoliers.
That's true.
Although I did get to see my homeboy Sonny Ono again at that event.
That's true. He's your number 1 fan.
God, that was funny.
Danny and I managed.
I saw you guys there. I didn't know you at the time, but I was like,
I didn't know you either. That was when I drank way too much and wasn't sure if I'd be able to make it to the show the next day because I felt like so much garbage the night before. And
it was such a bad weather day.
Yeah, it was weird.
The stream is freezing.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Sorry, though. It's working fine on our end.
If anybody else having issues with the stream, let us know.
Yeah, please say something.
So we went to the one decent restaurant in the casino and got the seats that Sonny and Ultimo had been sitting in moments before. So
I was also my first real interaction with Colt Cabana, which was also my last real interaction with Colt Cabana because he was not very nice.
Oh, damn. I don't know. Colt's an interesting fella. Oh, Twitch is good. My stream seems stable. Oh, okay, there we go. Having an issue with the stream. Some dude in a beanie. Bob Ross in a robot. You're on the wrong channel then.
I want to say that Bob Rossing a robot is now my favorite new axiom for sex. Later on, me and the missus are going to go Bob Ross that robot.
Happy little trees.
Yeah, happy little something.
Live your truth.
Davis' stream was weird tonight. That's fair. No, the bean customizing stream is doing fine on my end. Hell yeah, all right. Super Spike. Hell yeah, King. It did buff for a bit ago, but not for too long. All right.
That was when I showed my face. Even the internet didn't want to see that shit.
It was like, oh! The mummy lives.
How are you guys doing? I feel like I haven't seen you guys in person in a while.
No, I mean, I should have.
Because we haven't been able to walk since it's been cold, baby.
Last Saturday wouldn't have been too bad. I just lost the plot there.
Well, everyone else on our little Discord accountability buddy group was like, no, it's cold. Oh,
it was better than that.
Don't make happy little mistakes. Ouch. Man. I'll be excited to get this base wash on and then scrub most of it away.
You do with a wash. You cutting back on figures, bitch?
He has been, or they have been for a minute. So it was Ginger. Ginger said Colt was not nice, so Colt controls the internet. Oh shit!
Oh.
Hey Dave, do you know what software are used to make MCU concept art like any parks work? I've been searching everywhere and can't find anything. Neb, for concept art, I mean, a lot of people just use Photoshop or they'll use Painter. I mean, it's kind of personal preference, really, when it comes down to it. If you're talking about...
Isn't it usually based upon familiarity with the software so they can get the best product possible?
Yeah. Oh, he was just... I think they were just asking, like, what software do you think they use?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think it is. I don't know if they've got like a... I don't think they have a...
They don't really have a proprietary software.
Or like you have to use this. I think it's...
Yeah.
The individual artist does their...
I think it's also, hey, if you can give us the product we need, like, go, do it.
Yeah, especially since they're not going to pay you much for it. So
Bob Rossing Robot is how I get after watching too many Adam Sandler movies in one sitting. Damn, good on you, Mitch. Someone gave me a Fitbit on Saturday. It says that I'm still too fat and have the health habits of a high schooler. It's 100% right. Nailed it, Shakes.
Man, it's a long road. I'm there for any of you who are on that road because it sucks.
Yeah,
he's probably using Photoshop. That's very true, Emilio. That is, I don't want to say it's the industry standard, but it is by far the most commonly used software, I'd say. This is one of those where it's like there's so many stupid little details that are awesome on this, but at the same time all of them are so shallow that they don't take the wash that well. And it's like, hey guys, I've been looking for some TMNT bodies to match the Power Rangers TMNT heads so they look like they do in IDO. Mario, I used the 2012 first release figures. Dave, can you explain what you're doing to the Stomper? You boys got toys. I am actually applying a wash. So you see how it kind of looks a little dirtier than usual. Right now, this is just the base wash. So what I usually do is I go over the entire figure once. And then I'll let this dry for a little bit. Knock it back by kind of giving it a good old-fashioned rub down. And then go back in, do a dry brush of silver across the whole thing. Just to kind of knock out some of the wear and tear and grit bits. So it looks good, and then I'll probably go through and do what's called basically giving it the runs. You run through and you kind of make it look like where the dirt and grime would run down it over time, and just really add that last kind of layer of wear and tear. So
I know that I don't use them, but I've seen like GW, and I don't know who else does it. They make like really interesting paint applications that are like they do that for you.
Yeah, I mean,
that's like rusting element and things like that.
Yeah. So I usually do just like watered down black or brown. I tried this out from our very awesome sponsor, the Source Comics and Games.
Quick Shade's awesome.
Just a moment. I absolutely love this. Dave, are you adding the lettering on the arms? I am not. I'm leaving it with the factory paint details as far as that goes. I'm just weathering the living daylights out of it. Hey Matt, were you able to find the SG Starscream add-on? Says Iceman.
I did find those. Thank you. I'm undecided if I'm going to pull the trigger on them or not, but they are in my on the eBay watch list.
Right on. I'm going to throw this up real quick because I gotta throw a shout out to our sponsor, the Source Comics and Games. The Source Comics and Games is your number one stop shop for all your tabletop gaming needs in the Twin Cities. They also have a fantastic selection of back issues, locally made comics, board games, tabletop games, supplies for customizing and miniature painting, and much, much more. If you're in the Twin Cities, make sure to stop by the Source Comics and Games over in Roseville, Minnesota, or check them out online at sourcecomicsandgames.com. Mitch has also been kind enough to throw that sweet, sweet social up in the chat. But once again, want to throw a massive shout out to the Source Comics and Games for sponsoring Tiny Meng Tuesday. It is much, much appreciated.
Go there and tell him you want to talk to Gene about the Meng.
And he'll be like, not again.
You're going to talk to this Gene fellow about Meng?
Yeah. I heard he likes to talk about Meng. I have back issues too. That's why I go to the chiropractor. Nice, Shaggy. Did you see the non-F listed clear chest panels for the Cobra Bats? Yes.
I did.
A couple people actually have picked them up that I know, and apparently they are absolutely stunning. Oh,
Wait,
what up, Laura? How's it going?
Today?
I gotta give a quick shout out to my friend Slopgoth there. She is an amazing cosplayer and an absolutely fantastic person. Go check her out on Twitch. Follow her on Instagram, all that fun stuff. Just a wonderful person. So
Also, the name Slopgoth is kind of amazing.
hell yeah. No, I was lucky enough to meet her up in Fargo my first year.
Did you just say lucky a rough?
Lucky enough.
Like, you've been spending way too much time around them dogs.
Ruh-roh,
Rut-row, Raggy.
Reggie. I have been watching a lot of Scooby-Doo with Ollie, to be fair.
Have you introduced him to the what is it, like, I think it's a quadrilogy of the weird, like, horror stuff they did? Like Zombie Island stuff?
No, mostly it's been What's New Scooby-Doo, Mystery Inc., and the classic movies so far. I have Zombie Island and whatnot, but that one spooks me out even a little bit. Sometimes
It's so well done.
Oh, it is. It totally is. But for a 5-year-old, it's a little heavy.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I'm just, it's just incredible that they were able to get away with something like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
And be like, oh, this is a kid's show. By the way, your kids won't ever sleep again, but it's a kid's show.
Well, I mean, that's a tradition of children's
sleep again.
Thank you, Mitch.
What is your favorite old school kids movie that just scared the bejesus out of you?
I have a unpopular one, I guess. But I was mortified of E.T. as a small child.
I can see that.
E.T.'s
got some creepy. Yeah, it's got some creepiness in it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think that's a fairly common.
Zombie Island is the shit.
It is, right?
Witch's Ghost is great for the Hex Girls. Nice.
I've got to figure out. Got to think of what my children's movie that shouldn't be.
Something Wicked This Way comes.
Horrible. Yeah.
Just.
Emilio, I'm trying to find a pup named Scooby-Doo because I think he'd really like it, but I don't think it's streaming anywhere currently.
Weird.
So this real quick before I get going on the rest, this is the base wash. You can kind of see where it's knocked it back down a little bit. Did both sides, so if you compare that with the factory greens, you can kind of see it warmed it up a little bit. So
Somebody
a movie with Dreamscape. Alf still terrifies me.
Ooh, Dreamscape.
Woo! Willy Wonka, the tunnel scared me. Fair. I need
sad cabbage boy wishes for death.
Red hair paint color recommendations for Mara Jade. What are you guys go-to redhead paints? I usually do a undercoat of burnt sienna and red, like pure red. Like I mix that up to kind of give a nice, kind of rich, kind of crimson color, and then I do a dry brush of the same red with a little bit, like with a lot less of the burnt umber in it, and it ends up looking really nice for redheads.
I would go a red burgundy.
What up, Ryan?
A wash, and then I would dry brush with a light red.
I guess
Ooh,
I was kind of.
Secret of Nim.
Oh man, another good man. Chat, you are killing it tonight.
I mean, is Grave of the Fireflies a children's movie?
No.
Hey, Watership Down is considered a children's movie. That movie scars people.
Oof.
Yeah, I think I guess in my mind, Mara Jade's is more orangey blonde, an orangey redhead. So I would probably use like just a red base and then dry brush some darker orange on top of it.
The Shining was my childhood scare. Damn, Iceman. He messed up, scared me out of my mind at 3. That and the Electro Woman from Superman 3. Nice. Mitch Hucken. No, man. No. Alright, so let's...
What about what was the Disney one? Witch Mountain, but there was another one.
Oh, Escape from Witch Mountain?
Escape from Witch Mountain, but there was another one too that's kind of in that same vein.
The Snowmobile. And Dogs and Broomsticks.
Also, Black Hole. The Black Hole.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
I adore that movie. Which was also a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say Dark Crystal.
Ooh, Dark Crystal, good call.
I mean, Dark Crystal and Labyrinth, because I remember both those movies being ones that were like, it's a Jim Henson movie. And being like, oh, cool. Hey, David Bowie. All right. What the hell?
To be fair,
Hocus Pocus, really? All right. Rocky Horror.
Yeah. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is legit.
Ooh, Black Cauldron. Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tales from the Crypt was my nightmare fuel. That's fair. I remember the Tales from the Crypt TV show.
Yeah. I'm talking about like stuff that's actually aimed at kids. Because if we want to go down that dark road, I think I saw the first Halloween when I was 6.
Oof.
And it scared me. It scarred me for life. I love that movie, but it scared the ever-loving piss out of me. That and Steve McQueen and the Blob.
Oh, yeah?
I was terrified of the Blob when I was little.
I mean,
There we go. So I knocked this back once real quick. And so I'll try to zoom in there. So you can kind of see how it ends up looking more like dirt and grime that's kind of peeled away a little bit. Like it's not really even. It looks more scuffed and whatnot. Oh, there we go. Mr. Boogedy. Return to Oz is pretty scary.
Oh, Return to Oz.
Return to Oz is
Ooh, great mouse detective. Right on. Mara Jade, red hair color is a hot topic for my wife. Who is that red hair? All right. All right, now need to dose up my silver.
Matt, I've been watching Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Should.
It's it is something else. And I mean that in the best way possible.
I mean, well, I saw some there was just that thread about freaking John Cena and James Gunn's dead dog, and that it's like how is John Cena like this? Like he's like winning me over more and more.
I've never disliked John Cena as a person. I just didn't like what they had him do as a wrestler.
And that's very fair. No judgments there. I mean, yeah.
Although I will say the kowtowing to China on some of his comments was not good. Like I was like, dude, you should just be like, no, I stand by what I said. Don't pull a rock because you don't want to go down that slippery slope of then being, transphobic after that. What a douche.
Well, I guess that's really been the thing where it's like, oh, okay, we've got here's Dwayne and here's John. They're both doing their thing, and honestly, yeah, Cena's winning the race as far as I'm concerned.
He's playing the long game for that WrestleMania feud they had. Like,
he and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
he really was changed at that point. All right, chat. I got to figure out skin tone and a hair color for this head.
Oh, Ghostbusters. Right on.
Oh
Yeah.
man, good call. Suggestions. No. That's the beautiful thing. My wife and I had this huge argument about this last night. Peacemaker is a bad guy. He's a bad guy trying to learn how to do good things. Our argument stemmed around Galactus. Is Galactus a bad guy?
No.
And my argument is no, he's a force of nature. It's like a thunderstorm. A thunderstorm isn't a bad guy. A tiger who eats someone is not a bad guy. It's just that's its nature. It doesn't. It's morality. You can't anthropomorphize. Galactus may look like a person, not a person.
Does the thing is though is he is sentient. He doesn't make choices.
He is sentient, but I think it also depends on who's writing him.
Fair.
Because I just read that Donny Cates King Thor. I get this massive stack of Thor trades, like Aaron and then Kate stuff, and then a bunch of, and I read that first one, King Thor, and I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm a huge Donny Cates guy, but this was everything I want in like a cosmic Thor story. And in that story, I would say, yeah, Galactus kind of a bad guy. But I had just read the Wade Wienergo Galactus turning into Gallon story, and then in that story, not a bad guy. He's just a guy, and those are the circumstances where he's like, this is my role in the multiverse. I don't get a choice in my role. It literally just is what it is.
Yeah.
It's almost like this is my punishment for surviving the last universe.
Well, they did
I'm listening, I
stuff
swear.
with that in the recent Defenders mini, which Al Ewing, so it's going to get crazy. And they go through all like the previous
guy, so you could slander him.
all the previous universes or whatever realities. I can't remember what they called them, but so they go to the the one before the current reality, and baby Galactus is there, and Galactus's mom, and she kind of joins the Defenders for the duration of the adventure. And they end up going, back up and up and up through all these increasingly abstract realities until the last one is basically just these generic, 4-color concepts of the most, basic possible versions of the heroes who are just, fighting each other. And it's, anyway, it's Al Ewing doing Al Ewing stuff. It's good. Javier Rodriguez draws it, so it looks freaking gorgeous.
I find stuff like that so interesting because I think Marvel has done more with that concept in long-term storytelling than I think DC ever contemplated. But the reality is that story is Kingdom Come story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and it's rooted in a lot of that the Kirby stuff too.
Yeah.
Third world beginning the fourth and all that.
You met Galactus's mom, and she seems neat.
She's interesting.
Galactus mom got it going on. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I don't know. This is going to be straight up just paint. Luca had not specified any of that. He just wanted a paint job, so no custom battle damage on this one.
She's very much a Kirby character in the way she speaks, and every exclamation is also in quotes for some reason because Kirby. So yeah.
So I was watching Mike Shea, who I thoroughly enjoy, the Lazy DM, doing prep for a Numenera game. I don't know if anyone is familiar with the game system Numenera, which is like Numenera is basically like, hey, this is the 8th world. There's been 7 worlds before this, and technology is so advanced, it's basically magic. And now we're living in the 8th world or the 9th world, and we're digging up all these things. It's kind of got a touch of futurism mixed with Kirby stuff, and there's definitely some Hanna-Barbera-esque, like Thundar and that type of style in it.
Okay.
But it's very much rooted in like, hey, this is because Monty Cook made the game, so it's definitely rooted in D&D since he was a designer on, I want to say 3rd edition. But it's got that flavor of like, this is just D&D through a sci-fantasy lens.
Nice.
So like a really wild sci-fantasy lens. So I was thinking, I'm contemplating running a D&D miniseries where everything is reskinned to sci-fantasy.
Ah.
And doing it very much in like a Kirby Fourth World.
Right.
Here's a philosophical question for you. If Batman didn't know have the Bat family or the Justice League to rein in his worst impulses, would Batman become the villain? Yes. I would say so. What up, Brownie? How's it going?
But he was Batman before he was in the League and before the Bat family.
But he's also, I mean, you could take the tack. And, I mean, it's stories, so sure, or maybe not, you know. But
Depends on the writer.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could tell a great story with both options.
Yeah, I mean, if it's Frank Miller, he's the goddamn Batman.
Yes, you could take the tack that he, you know, was the, you know, if he hadn't, with the increasing, you know, nature of the threats that he was facing, like the villains becoming more and more deadly, and just, you know, murderous over the years, that without those mitigating factors, he might have, you know, become worse to meet that threat.
Thank you, Ninth.
But doesn't that go fundamentally against like Batman doesn't kill? Like,
well,
that's his
like,
stance.
no, but here he does. It's like, no,
How many stories can you think of though where he actually kills somebody? Because I can think of Final Crisis, and that's about it.
They retconned it, but he does. I mean, he pretty much kills KGB. In
the original and the Knights of the 10 Knights of the Beast.
I mean, he doesn't kill him, but he more or less sentences him to death. That's that thing where it's like
he locks him in that room, right?
He walls him up in the fucking sewer. Yeah.
Yeah. But then he waits like, isn't that the story? Like he waits like 4 or 5 days and then tells the police where to find him because he wants him to be suitably weak.
I don't know. I can't remember if that was in the original story or if at the end that was like what they like retconned it into being later.
I think they retconned it into that.
But in the original story, like, and who knows what the writers and I don't know what the writers' intent was. But if it, you know, he's like yeah, he's too, you know,
he's too terrible to live.
I didn't technically kill him.
Well, technically, you didn't.
No, but you know, it's Schrodinger's KGB at that point.
And I am very much a Batman apologist in some ways, so in like a lot of ways, not in every way, but because I will not stand up for the goddamn Batman.
Batman doesn't kill, but he does put children in danger.
He does. He is a dangerous sociopath that way.
Well, yeah, it's like, you know, and yeah, I'm not the first, or you know, because that's not my idea. But, you know, you watch if you really take all the comic stuff, you know, to its logical conclusion, like him just driving around in the freaking Batmobile is probably killed people.
That's the old Hulk argument though. Hulk's never killed.
Yeah, you don't want if you pull that thread, then why are you reading comics? Like it's that's not what they're there for.
Because if you're looking just to tear that. I mean, this is one of my problems with comics today is like they've gone so far in the direction of like, well, we got to make it real or gritty or whatever the hell they're trying to do. Now I'm just going to old man yell at clouds. That there's like no whimsy or fun in it. There's no like suspension of disbelief anymore. That's why I do get to read something like that Thor story where.
Yeah, I would say you're not.
That's what I want.
There's books out there for you.
Yeah.
If that is what you want.
Wasn't the Joker supposed to die in the Killing Joke, but it was changed afterwards? I think it was meant to be just
ambiguous.
I think.
I agree with Peacemaker that Batman is responsible for all the people in his rogues gallery taking out getting back on the street.
I loved that line. Plus, have you seen the theory that his neighbor is Batmite?
Yeah.
That's why
I
he's.
mean, that would be something. Would be very surprised if Warner Brothers let them go that route, but you never know. Yeah, I mean, if you're into the more Marvel stuff, there's books out there for you. But yeah, the big two, that's not as much what they're doing. I will say, if you can find it in trade or whatever, the Dial H for Hero series from a couple years ago, real good.
What was it, Matt?
Dial H for Hero.
Was it the China Melville book?
No, this one was I can't remember who wrote it, but it was Joe Quinones on art.
Yeah, it was fucking beautiful.
It wasn't like the Strange Animals book that Vertigo.
No, this was under the Wonder Comics imprint, which was kind of
we're talking to Astro City games.
Yeah, I do enjoy Astro City. But I like Kurt Busiek's writing. I love Busiek's Avengers run. I really dug Thunderbolts. So, I mean,
Okay.
I think.
So real quick, hold on, I'm gonna pop this full screen. So
nice.
That's with a bunch of silver lines, just trying to make them look.
So Dave, when you're doing like scrapped up armor,
yeah,
do you just dry? What are you hitting with the? Are you doing a dry brush?
Yeah. So what I'll do is, like I said, I start with the base wash because that gives everything a level tone.
Yeah.
And then I'll go through and I'll dry brush with a silver. So that's what I just wrapped up doing, was the first pass with that.
So you'll see all the dings and they look like dings and scratches.
Yeah. It just gives it a little evener tone. It lets me kind of run through and really kind of make it look gnarly. And then what I'll do is I'll let this sit for a second. I'll go and do the runs on it. So like all the goop and whatnot that might, the grease stains and everything, I'll go through and do all those. Welcome to Game Secret of Nim freaked me the F out when I was a kid. Loved it, but freaked me out. Sorry, catching up right now.
No, it's a good call, man. I don't remember who said that in the chat earlier.
What up, Fancy? How's it going?
Excellent call.
Yeah, you know the Dial H concept, right?
I love the dial. I played in a DC Superheroes game in college where I had the hero dial.
Nice.
The
thing I really like that they did in this series is, and because Joe Quinones can pull it off, each of the heroes that the two main, that anybody turns into, are based on like different artist styles. So Quinones will ape that artist style within like his style. So the world is Joe Quinones art, but this hero looks like Rob Liefeld or Mike Allred or freaking Masamune Shirow. And it's it was
so beautifully done.
And then there's one
really hard thing to pull off.
Oh yeah, he does it. He did it beautifully. And there's one issue that I don't want to spoil where somebody gets the hero dial that you don't expect, and it's just heartwarming.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Dial H for Hero as a concept.
I mean, I get it's not really the kind of thing that you can sustain like a long-term deal with. But
I think if you're going to do it, it needs to be an anthology book, and the hero dial needs to get passed around.
Well, and the thing that they did with this book is there is like an overarching story, and there's like evil dials essentially.
Yep. And that's been a concept for a long time.
It's not evil, I guess. No, it's people who have previously held the dial and now just really want to do anything to get that power again.
And see, that was something that China Melville touched upon in his run.
Okay, and I haven't read that one. I heard about it. I heard it was good.
It is. There's definitely like that kind of vibe that it's like previous people who've had the dial, it's kind of got an addiction factor to it.
Well, sure. I mean, he turned into a superhero. That's appealing.
Magically.
So
Sorry.
you guys are more on the toy end of things than me. What did you both make of Hasbro naming a new president and it being the guy who ran Wizards of the Coast?
I think it'll be interesting. Maybe we'll get more of those D&D figures. But no, I mean, I think it's a smart move. The dude obviously knows what's up. So
The most interesting story I heard about him was Mike Shea said he was at like a Wizards thing as a guest of somebody. And he said that they were talking to that guy and he asked him, how can you fiscally justify doing a 2-year playtest of 5th edition with no products coming out? Like D&D is technically right now a dormant brand.
yeah,
And he said, Magic pays for it.
yeah,
He said, I'm fine with with our, basically our cash cow
picking
allowing
up
us, picking up the tab for something that I think is going to make us money long term.
Mhm.
Yes. That's
And
why.
that's crazy because it really paid dividends.
I'll be curious to see because they did just do their, like their earnings deal, and like one Pulse is doing really well, which is, means we're probably going to see more exclusives.
Oh fuck! They have how many HasLabs under their belt that haven't released? It's
Right.
kind of hard for them not to be doing well. They have so much fucking money just from those projects.
I will say that I did Hero Quest, and Hero Quest is really beautiful.
Oh hell yeah! I mean,
Well,
I
and
did Sentinel and
the
Galactus.
Racer Crest is starting to ship, so congrats to everybody who backed that. But I was very dismayed that they got into the NFT bullshit. So.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I think it was an inevitable thing though for them, just because it's like, well, we got to at least throw our hat in the ring.
Well, sure, but it basically it's like here's our whole initiative to reduce the amount of packaging and plastic in our packaging, and then we're just gonna completely wipe that out by doing a freaking
Ninth, I haven't yet. Mainly because with this figure and the articulation scheme on it, doing that it would actually create almost like paint rub on it. Proper investment isn't just money; it's time. Thank you, Mitch. That reminds me
Panther
of
10 I never saw that, but I have to check that out because I love that. They J.H. Williams 3 did the same thing in the Seven Soldiers stuff and the Club of Heroes arc he did on
Batman.
Detective with or Batman. Yeah, it was Batman with Morrison. And yeah, each of the Club of Heroes, so the Gaucho is drawn like a Chaykin character, and I think one of them was like a Neil Adams kind of look. All within the same panel. It's great.
Panther 10 was just bringing up 0 Hour. Reminds me of some of the issues from 0 Hour, Crisis in Time, where heroes were coming back from alternate timelines. J.H. Williams 3 is amazing.
He's good. I will be right back.
All right. I don't remember if this is plugged in. Yeah! Small victories. It's never a bad time to bring up 0 Hour. I always enjoy. There's a fun story about the when the internet was new and fresh. 0 Hour was like at the cusp of digital marketing because they created email addresses and such for the writers and the artists for it. Oh, it's not commercial time yet, Ninth. We got 15 minutes. I'm with you there, Matt. Hasbro new packaging is way more easier to steal than ever before.
I wonder if they look at that though as that's not our problem. We've already got it. We've been paid for it.
I mean,
that is the retailer's problem.
Right, but if it becomes enough of a problem for the retailer, then gonna make it Hasbro's problem.
You really think Walmart is going to make it? I don't think Walmart cares enough to make it. I've worked in loss prevention for that company.
It's hard. It is hard to say. I don't disagree with you there, but that would be the progression. If Walmart or Target or whatever was like, man, our inventory control on this Hasbro stuff is just freaking garbage. It would take a while, but at some point they're going to be like, come on, guys. And I understand, people's concerns around quality control.
You
can't see the thing you're buying. Again, they're pretty good, but I get that fear.
Well, as someone who played Mage Knight and Hero Clicks, Blind Booster, that's always like a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like overly concerned about it. Most of the time, it's like, all right, well, this one's screwed up. I'll go buy another one and return that. But I do understand not wanting to deal with that. So I don't know. I don't mind the new packaging for the most part. There's a bit of a learning curve. Like I got one of the Golden Disc Collection Transformers. The Pterosaur showed up. I was excited about that. And if I hadn't seen a little thing on Twitter about, hey, there's this little bundle of like newsprint paper in here taped to the cardboard. It's got accessories in it. Don't throw that away.
Yeah.
Would I have caught that on my own? Probably, but I can't say that with 100% certainty.
Yeah. Sadly, figure swapping has been more of a prevalent issue as late. Yeah. If we all stopped buying from stores, they would stop buying them for stores, making it Hasbro.
That's true, but Hasbro already sells a lot of their stuff.
Wait, Shaggy, where did I miss your?
They're exclusive.
Yeah, it is. This is one of my Bryce Remsburg refereeing shirts. I think I have 2 or 3 of the exact same shirt. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff is.
Bryce is right.
Blind cardboard box stuff anyway. The Transformer Selects, very plain. You can't see the toy. Same thing with a lot of the Marvel Legends exclusives that aren't like shared. The Shield Troopers and stuff like that. It's all just a plain cardboard box.
Why does Siren not have a screaming head? Why does Wolverine? Yeah, when I was in the same boat, I was really bummed about that.
So they can get you to buy another one in 6 months.
Yeah, my college roommate and I stole so much of a certain brand of liquor the store quit carrying it. Don't steal, y'all. Chris Daughtry, what's up with all the Action Force breakages? I don't know.
First time company manufacturing toys, probably.
Mm-hmm.
There's a learning curve to it, especially if you've got some. I know Bobby Vallow was in design, but I don't know if he ever what his interaction with the factory was. So, and if it's a new factory too. That was a big problem. Like Marauder Inc., they had, I think, they scrapped, an entire production.
Yeah.
Because the stuff wasn't right. And so did the Eagle Force guys because the size was wrong.
Shakes, you should be able to paint that without disassembling the entire thing.
Yeah, what I would recommend doing is putting like kind of a loose. Oh yeah. A loose coat or just like a rough coat over the joints and stuff.
What a pearl!
Moving the joints and seeing if you get any paint rub. That'll tell you if you need to pull it.
All right. So now I have applied the wash and the silver dry brush to the pack. I'm going to go through and kind of thin that out in a couple areas. Actually, I'm trying to find. I have a really fine grit sandpaper that I usually use to knock it back, but I can't seem to find my file.
And Ninth Archer, no, I pretty much only use emery boards and stuff like that because you can get them in a bunch of different grits, and they've got, you don't have to tape them to anything. You don't have to mess with them when you wrap around your finger or anything. So yeah,
you actually turned me on to that, Matt. I didn't do that
before. Much exclusively. Frickin' X-Men had a bunch of, still probably does.
I was gonna say that's where I got the majority of mine.
local surplus chain, and they had these that would come in like it's a matchbook style fingernail file. I just bought a bunch of those because they were like $0.25 a piece.
I'm looking forward to the NECA Lothar. I have weird taste, but I'm still worried he will snap in my hands.
I will say they're improving a lot. I did get the I found the comic Phantom and Flash and Meng. One, I'm pretty annoyed that they're like $35.
They're 35?
Yeah, they are not cheap. I got the Ming outfit for a thing I'm working on, but it was like $10.
Those were 35, which I was like, and I don't know if that's just Walmart using one size fits all pricing. Like, well, our most expensive one is 35, so they all are. But that was like, okay, well, I'm definitely not getting. I'm glad I didn't try and get Flash and Ming today. I don't know if I'm going to get that price. The Phantom is really nice, and unlike the Defenders of the Galaxy, Defenders of the Universe, whatever it was.
Universe, there you go.
Yeah, Defenders of the Universe Phantom. I did not have any issues with stuck joints.
Collector Express. I'm using the same type of emery board to clearance some joints right now.
Nice.
Yeah, for the
Axeman is pretty much only in Minnesota,
as far as I'm aware. Yes, but surplus stores might have it. Otherwise, I mean, you can get emery boards.
Yeah, and possibly Robot. I don't know. I don't want to think about it.
I would hope that they would give him 2, but at least with Banshee, you can just use, you can just paint Hood's hair work.
This is true.
Defenders of the Earth, yes.
Oh, I thought it was Universe.
No, Defenders of the Earth. They don't care about the universe, David. They just care about Earth.
Fair.
You gotta make sure you focus your goals. That's the best way. Bite-size chunks. First, you worry about defending the Earth, and then if that goes well,
and then move on.
Then you can move on to the galaxy or the universe or the solar system.
That's how the Guardians of the Galaxy came.
Dave did do some Colin Robinson arcade customs on stream. I think it was on the last 2 or 3.
Last 2, yeah. Give me one sec. I'll grab them.
Colin Robinson from What We Do in the Shadows?
Kyle Robinson.
I think he said Colin. I was like, Colin Robinson? Really? There's Colin Robinson figures? There's a Colin Robinson figure. I better be getting a Jackie Daytona figure. Jackie Daytona, human bartender.
So
I'm not working on a Matt Berry here.
What do you think of Matt Berry on the Book of Boba Fett?
I mean, he's fine. He's not very Matt Berry-ish.
You can tell it's his voice, though.
You can.
Which makes me so happy.
100% Earl. Yeah, if you go back last week, I did a bunch of them. So check it out.
And yeah, Speaky. I wasn't necessarily going to get the new ones, but you gotta have the 45s.
Yeah.
And the stripy trunks.
Modern Toy Fair, go to shelfpresents.com. That is where you can get the decals, and you just apply them to a Fortnite arcade. They have first to defend the Earth. Then when that's done, you defend Tatooine. Apparently there are only 2 places anything happens in the whole universe.
I haven't tried it yet, but he does have glow in the dark eyes.
It is a very Lovecraftian view of the universe. Everywhere else is complete chaos. Leave it alone. Just Earth, baby. Just Earth.
Yep.
Baby.
You got to protect your neck.
No worries. Oh, by the way, if you want to see me talk with a bunch of other toy dorks, not on this channel, go check out
what are we, chop meat here?
No. I actually was on Modern Toy Fair's podcast, and so there was a link to that in the story on Instagram. Go check it out. It's hella fun. Toy Therapy, I think was the name of it. I'm blanking right now because, of course, I did not prepare a spiel for it.
I am with you, Collector Express. I will say that they did have Mandrake and Lothar pictured on the packaging for.
So you keep saying Lothar. Are we talking about Lothar of the Hill People?
No.
Because that's all I can picture.
Lothar from Defenders of the Earth.
People.
So yeah, those are pictured on the packaging for the King Features.
So remind me, who was Lothar? Because I am drawing a blank on who that is.
I think he was a Phantom character originally. Somebody in the chat correct me, because I don't know. All I know was he was like the minority representation on the Defenders of the Earth.
Hey.
Oh, he was the African American dude.
Yes.
Yeah. The strongman Lothar who was passing a resemblance to Roadblock from G.I. Joe.
That's true. He did kind of look like Roadblock.
I think he is a King Features character, or I think he is from one of those comic strips, but I don't know.
They just said Mandrake.
Servant. Okay, thank you, Mitch. So I'm glad that they improved him, no doubt. Then
so they wronged him. They made him like not basically a.
I mean, one wasn't too bad in the original comics.
And yes, he was.
I mean, given the time. Because you still had freaking Pie Face and Chop Chop, and I mean,
yeah,
in 1964. So
that is a very nice way of putting it, Abs. I remember correctly. Lothar was Mandrake's helper. He was the first black superhero in comics.
Really? That is amazing.
Well, excellent. Then yes, NECA should get that figure out there so we can properly.
So there we go. Let's pop this. Hold on, I'm going to pop this full screen real quick. Boop. It looks like he's seen some shit. I still got to add a little bit more weathering. But, yeah.
What kind of rust? What do you use for rust, David, around the bolts?
So what I do is it is a combination of why isn't that working? There we go. I go through and I use this silver.
Mm-hmm.
It is a Citadel color, and of course it's not going to focus. But it is Iron Hand steel, and that when it goes over the wash actually creates this really cool grimy gnarliness that I really like.
Cool.
Hey, David, if it's not too much work, you think I could see what those 2012 TMNT figures look like with Power Rangers? Yeah, give me 1 second. Also, I have pictures up on my Instagram.
See, you got Face Dust reminding me that I haven't been able to watch Series 11 of Taskmaster because it's locked.
So Mario, here they are. I just right now I just have a little blue tack on their heads, but they make really nice looking IDW turtles.
Yeah, those are really fun.
Yeah, super fun. The Mikey is by far my favorite. He is on a stand behind like 4 other figures, otherwise I'd grab him down. What up, Brandon? How's it going? Well, no worries, Mario. Yeah, if you got any questions, Mario, just drop me a line on the Instagrams, and I can take some more pictures. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Mitch. If you want to, check out the podcast. Check it out there. Should I put rust on a stormtrooper? I mean, they're not technically metal, are they?
Plastisteel.
That's true. Oh, but it is time to roll that beautiful beam footage.
Do you feel like a champion? Do you worry that you don't look like a champion? Try Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. At our state-of-the-art facility, you'll find wall art. Not 1, not 2, but a spectacular 3 cats. This thing. Top-of-the-line sewing equipment that Enhancement Talent has used to make Enhancement Talent Clothing and Gear. Let us take you to the top of the card.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? You've earned it.
Do you feel like a champion? Do you worry that you don't look like a champion? Try enhancement talent clothing and gear. At our state-of-the-art facility, you'll find wall art. Not one, not two, but a spectacular 3 cats. This thing. Top-of-the-line sewing equipment that enhancement talent has used to make enhancement talent clothing and gear. Let us take you to the top of the card.
Oh yes, so nice. We played it twice.
All right. Well, so just Fancy Space Dust, and I'm just going to talk about Taskmaster. So.
What?
Marvel. Yeah, I don't know where. I can't remember if it was 11 or 12 that was on YouTube, and they had like the first episode, and it was blocked. Then after everything after that was blocked on copyright grounds. So yeah, I haven't been able to watch that yet. We have been watching Murders in Successville, which is a little spotty, but enjoyable in that it's an improv murder mystery show.
Ooh.
That's all. It's all on YouTube. But it depends on who you get as your guest, because they build it around. Each episode is somebody gets murdered that the guest is trying to solve it, and if they're good at improv, or acting or comedy or whatever, it can be more enjoyable than if they're not. So,
have either of you watched any of the Vox Machina stuff on?
Yes.
No, I've not.
Prime.
It's wonderful.
Did you watch the show or before that the actual play stuff, David?
A little bit of it, not as religiously as some of my homeboys, but I liked it. I liked the show a lot. It is fucking bananas.
We just watched one the other night, and I remember the episode when all that stuff went down. Holy man, was it far gorier in cartoon form than I could have ever imagined in my own brain.
Oh yeah. It
was a horror movie. It was really, really, really well done though. I was like, damn. Also, yeah, I think my wife literally jumped out of her chair and yelled "fuck yeah" at the screen the first time Grog said I would like to rage.
Excellent.
And then looked over at me in embarrassment, and I was like, "You don't have to apologize for that."
Yeah. I was gonna say, is that where you just looked at her and said, "I love you"?
We pulled the Griffin McElroy Vine where he opens up the Oops All Berries Captain Crunch and says, "You do not need to apologize for this."
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else caught it. I guess it's on HBO Max now. We were going to try and catch it in the theater over the holidays and missed out, but they had a new showing of it in black and white, and we caught the new Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yeah.
Oh, how was it?
I had heard. We had heard some kind of mixed reviews, so we went in kind of like, well, this is going to be what it is. I thought it was great. He's very much homaging, like the 40s style of like filmmaking.
Well, it's a remake.
Yeah, it is, but he's like down to like the fades in and out of scenes and stuff. He's using that like playbook,
which is I think that's awesome.
But I mean, the cast is really good. It's beautiful. It was interesting seeing it in black and white. But yeah, it's on HBO Max now. So
I'm assuming you two have both seen The Mist.
Yeah.
Have you seen the way they originally wanted to release it in black and white?
Oh no.
That sounds awesome.
Originally, apparently it's on the DVD. There's a black and white, or the Blu-ray or whatever. There's a black and white version of it. I like that story a lot. It's probably one of the first Stephen King stories I ever read. I thought the movie, I was like, damn, this is depressing. But for whatever reason, you put it in black and white and it takes just a tiny bit of the sting out of it. It does have that, like, very much that 50s monster movie vibe then.
Yeah, and I would say there's a little bit of that going on with having seen this in black and white, because it's Del Toro, so there's points where it's like, oh, this is getting gory now.
Yeah, this is getting serious business.
This is Del Toro.
I don't know if it's more or less, like gross than it would be in color. I do want to see it in color though, because he always does such amazing things with
his color palettes.
Yeah, and yes, Nightmare Alley. I would recommend it. To anybody who, it's Del Toro. It's Kate Blanchett. She's great. It's got Willem Dafoe.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Oh, I saw Nightmare Alley in theaters. Nice. I got in here to listen and put my new Snake Eyes model kit together, but I'm new to it and didn't know I need a nipper. Oh no, Lucas!
Oh yeah, nippers do help a lot. Thankfully, you can get them at most Targets in the collectible segment,
which is pretty rad.
Yeah, that's what I've been using. I got a pair of those Gundam nippers, and I have been very satisfied. I wouldn't say you need them for a model kit, but they're going to help you a lot.
With some model kits, you definitely, I would say you need them.
Well, otherwise you're just cutting towards your fingers with an exacto. Not to say I haven't done it, but it's not good.
Yeah. Don't try this at home, kids.
So you enjoyed it though, David?
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My problem is I get done with one and then I'm like, well, I could watch about 8 more of that, and I'm like, yeah. I got shit to do. Like,
it's weird that they're releasing it in chunks of 3.
Yeah.
But as Cassandra pointed out, I mean, we're all caught up now, and mainly because she's the same way. She hates cliffhangers. I'm always surprised she'll play in a D&D game that I run because I love cliffhangers. I want everything to end on a cliffhanger because I think it invites excitement about coming back to it. And she's generally like, this is dumb. I hate this. Why would you do this to me? But she's like, there's no cliffhanger. I get 3 episodes and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait for the next stuff. But I'm not like stuck on that cliffhanger feeling of trying to run over in my head what exactly might happen.
Ah, yeah.
Not to mention, I was like, you remember that nobody on the group really, well, one kind of does, but kind of not really, I guess. So it's not like, I was like, some of that is a little bit takes some of the
ding.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like you've got plot armor because you're adapting something I've already watched.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like reading a comic. It's like, yeah, this character's not gonna stay dead, but I'm still curious to see what happens. How they get out of it.
Is there a character that you really feel in your deepest, darkest heart should have stayed dead, and that it would have made that
Barry
company
Allen.
Barry Allen should have stayed dead?
And maybe that's just, I didn't read much of the Barry years. Wally was my Flash, but he was always just a way more interesting character to me. And it felt like once Barry came back, Wally was just wandering.
Well, that's Dan DiDio hating Wally West for some reason.
Or Geoff Johns.
I would say the most egregious shit that happened to Wally, though, happened after Johns wasn't doing anything for DC, really.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Once you put a wash on this figure, it pops.
But, yeah, I'm trying to think of if there's any other characters that it's like...
Oh, Jean Grey. That's a solid one.
I don't know. I mean, it's taken a while, don't get me wrong, for them to do anything really interesting, but I'm glad she's around as a character. Yeah, no judgment on anybody who would be interested to see her stay dead. I mean, I guess to me, most characters are more interesting when they're alive and can do things. Than as like, here's this event that happened, and we reference it.
Changes the face of everything.
Well, I mean that's it does, but only for so long. I mean, like, yeah, you don't need to bring Gwen Stacy back, or Uncle Ben, because bringing them back, I don't think there's anything that like what story. I would be very you would have to tell a hell of a story, to make that worthwhile.
What is the best? Then what is the best return story?
Ooh, Jason Todd should have stayed dead. Solid choice.
The fans wanted him dead, baby.
I mean, just for the sheer like, you can't do this, you shouldn't do this. Oh, this is really good. The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Like, because when it's like, oh shit, they're actually doing this, and I am enjoying it. Okay.
Yeah, they're doing it in a convincing manner.
Yeah, it was always going to be Bucky and Uncle Ben. You couldn't bring them back.
Well, yeah, because they were plot devices, not characters.
True story, Manic. Yeah, Manic. So that is where I'm at. I did a very similar method to Chris's stylization. I just because this one's meant to be played with still, like Luca's going to be posing it around and whatnot. I made it a little bit lighter in some of the joint areas.
I mean, I am very much like a late 90s post-Zero Hour DC Universe guy. Like
Norman Osborn. Oh, Hal Jordan should have stayed the Spectre. Norman Osborn should have stayed dead. I'd be
I would agree that Norman should have stayed dead. I think they've done interesting things with him since he's come back, but I don't think it was necessary to bring him.
I know this will catch flat considering everybody knows how much I love the fucking character, but Ben Reilly. I thought his story ended in such a way that I was like, cool. You got a really nice closure on a really long form story, and
I thought they made him go out like a punk because they want to do just like, nope, we're done now. So, and I mean, I really did like that Clone Conspiracy.
I like Clone Conspiracy. The thing is I think I liked the manhunt thing where when he does die, it's not just he died. It was he turned into powder. Like his clone form was unstable, and I don't know. I thought it was cool because it was a different way of essentially killing off a character. It was a little more definitive than most.
It was, but it also felt to me like they were just, kind of like punting on the, like, oh no shit, we need to make sure that everybody knows this is really done now.
Yeah.
And they weren't gonna do it, especially given the backlash. But I mean, the idea that he was the real Peter,
the real Peter Parker,
an interesting one to me. And
I thought it was a great.
I get why I get the backlash. I get why they reverted it, but that could have been really interesting to just, okay, well, Peter's gonna go live his life.
Oh yeah.
And Ben's Spider-Man now, just forever. That's okay.
Is Norm knocking up Gwen Stacy? Nope. They retcon that. Black Hand, that would have been a good one to stay dead. Mr. Manhattan storyline, right? Where there was this rockabilly singer called Orion who looked and sounded like Elvis and wore a mask. The record company pushed the popular idea that he was Elvis. Oh yeah.
I saw the documentary. That was really weird.
I worked on covers for the latest series. Hell yeah, Emilio. I might actually have your variant. Oh man. Oh, where'd my trash can go? But yeah, I think this is where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let him dry up for a bit. I added a little bit more streaks and whatnot, but he looks more lived in now.
Yeah, so I have been enjoying Ben's return as Spider-Man. I know it's temporary. That's the thing.
I like it, but I feel like it's dragging a little bit right now. I just caught up on the last 2 issues. And I'm like, come on, let's go. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. with Ben, they established their stable clones die like normal people and don't dissolve, so that never made sense when he turned to dust. Yeah, again, I know that there were definitely issues with that, but it was one of those things of, as a huge Ben Reilly fan, it was that moment of like, oh shit, yeah, he's done. Like, he dusted. I say that as I shit you not. I have the Mafex Ben Reilly up on my shelf, and then I have the new Ben Reilly right here on my second wall.
Yeah, I can vouch for Dave's weird love of that character.
He holds a special place in my heart. Like being mentored by Tom Lyle in college definitely didn't help, because it's like you go into the office and there's Scarlet Spider and Spider-Man on the wall, and it's like, hey, right on. Thoughts on Spider-Man the animated series? Mary Jane's passing. That was weird. That whole arc was so weird, and granted, the way that they ended the entire series, there was supposed to be another season to kind of cap it off, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's true. Dave got Instagram real famous with Ben Reilly. Ben Reilly was treated like Poochie. Ouch, a little bit. Ben Reilly died on the way back to his homeland. No, so legit, I don't know. I don't understand how the internet works some days, but holy shit. A dude did a Mafex 6-armed Spidey custom.
That's pricey.
Good Lord. I am going to send that to you, Matt. But
that's like $300 in fodder.
I guess. Yeah. So I did this reel, and it is now up to 35,105 likes.
Jesus.
And it was just the like, which Spider-Man are you? And I got Ben Reilly, and I was fucking stoked. But yeah, Scarlet Spider is another beast of a character. Hell yeah. Honestly, the Ben Spider costume is better than the normal one. Fight me.
Wow.
That is a bold statement.
I think I liked was what the updated Ben Spider-Man suite. I like it.
Can Mitch Falcon's loved ones check on him quick? I want to make sure Dan Jurgens hasn't knocked him out and taken over.
I was hacked. I was hacked by Dan Jurgens.
Oh, damn it, Dan. Now we have to pay Dan money. We said his name more than once.
What is he, like, Candyman?
From Hambles, I will fight you, Mitch. One time at Spider-Man camp.
That's one of the most... Jurgens is like Candyman, and we can just summon him by saying his name a bunch of times.
I will stand by. That is one of the weirdest, surreal things about being in the Minnesota comic scene as long as I have, because Jurgens is a local, and I've been doing shows with him for 15 years. So we know each other, and it's always funny because he's like, oh man, who let Dave Wheeler in here? And I'm like, hey, at least I didn't kill America's favorite superhero. And then we laugh and walk away.
Muttering under your breath all the time. I will cut you, Dan Jurgens.
Correction, Spider-Punk is right, my fellow. I love Spider-Punk.
Spider-Punk is great, and I'm glad he's getting a miniseries.
Yeah, right? And fucking Schoonover's drawing it.
Yeah, and freaking Steve Orlando writing a 2099 Spidey.
I'm all for it.
Thing coming up, like, hell yeah.
It's a good time to be a Spidey fan.
Well, 60th anniversary.
Yeah, well, yeah. Ben Reilly is always my Canadian Spider-Man.
They should have had that. They should have had that in Spider-Verse. A Canadian Spider-Man that all of the blue on his suit is denim.
I really want to do Eradicator figure. Mitch, I think they're doing an Eradicator figure.
Peter Rousdower?
Yes.
I would just love...
Rousdower, is that a stupid name?
Zap Parker.
You know how we do. I enjoyed the M2 universe back in the day.
Oh, M2, yeah. That was good stuff, man.
Hell yeah.
Good. The Miles What If series seems neat. Agreed. Toho Spider-Man? Yes. Toei Spider-Man. Man,
I'm really hoping that leaked list that has
for the 60th. Dude, that
as-
SH Figure Arts figure is amazing, but to see a general release of a Super
Well, I would-
figure,
And if they, I mean, I don't know what they could do or not there, but if they could give him an unmasked head, that'd be great.
fancy M2 is one of my favorites. I literally
Heck
have the
yeah.
entire run of Spider Girl, both series. I have J2 the run. I have A-Next the run. It's ridiculous. Wild Thing, American Dream.
I've been picking those up in trades when I can find them.
I don't. Once I got 2 Marvel Legends Ben Riley figures, I'm making the Canadian Ben Rileys. Okay, so this was something I got from a buddy. It's the AliExpress Juggernaut, and I gotta say, the addition of being able to have the butterfly joint, so you can really have him like just cranking and running at you. I don't know. I think that's
Just
freaking cool.
cranking it. Just
Yeah.
Juggernaut cranking
Okay.
away.
I will say the only thing that kind of sucks about it is the peg holes for the joints for the wrists. I don't know if they're incredibly loose or incredibly tight.
Oh, Patrick Winters, he's got it right there.
Oh, Canadian Spider-Man equals Poutine Parker. Extra gravy, eh?
Oh wow!
I have nothing but positive
all
gift days.
all dressed Parker.
Oh hell yeah!
I was over there saving the Timbits.
Yeah. He comes with
Oh,
a bag
man,
of ketchup potato chips.
I was playing, there was a guy I played Grand Theft Auto with.
On
And-
tape. Oh yeah, there. I got that ante.
And he kept going on and on and on about how Timbits were not donut holes. And I got some Timbits, and it's like, those are fucking donut. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. They're donut holes.
Don't crank your little woman. In a civilian costume, denim or on denim? Yes.
I feel like
Tuxedo.
80s Peter Parker did that.
Oh yeah, well it was a baby blue leisure suit that he had on.
Hey!
every now and again.
Hey, it's a speed suit. God damn it!
Well, that was since you're caught up on Amazing, Dave. I don't know if you caught the return of his, when he was doing his practicing or whatever.
Yeah.
The return of the animal
It was so good.
half shirt. I was just like, oh my god!
It was so good. Get your balls in the
The animal half shirt and cut off shorts, which is another Spider-Man custom I should make.
All I can
Plastic on the
picture is
Juggernaut is a
some
lot harder
Eric
to
Liefeld
pick up.
art,
Oh,
when you- or Erica Larson art when you say that. 'Cause
I
that's
think-
some hardcore Eric Larson shit right there.
I think it was
Todd
Rita.
McFarlane. Wasn't it McFarlane that did the animal shirt?
I gotta find it now.
I could take a
If I can find it online here, I don't know.
Let's see here.
I don't even know what you would search for without just getting.
Ooh, what the hell?
There it is. I can't tell whose art that is.
What did you search for?
I'll just send you the. I'll send you the image.
Ninth Archer, yes. Let's talk toys. And games.
It doesn't look like McFarlane to me. I recognize the era though.
Apartment with hidden home base. Yes. In Canada, Hydra Man is Electro. Man, that might be John Romita Jr.
I think it is with somebody's inks really just
butchering it.
yeah, because his face in that that
Man,
bottom
he's got like some serious
Hey.
forehead going on there.
yeah, like, his face is falling off of his head.
Pretty much.
He's just
Hi
sliding.
guys.
But yes, that outfit did
Amazing.
return in one of the recent issues of Amazing.
And it was amazing.
Yes. Okay, Cyber Jedi is also saying that's Romita Jr. So yeah, I think
There you
get it.
Peyton Manning head. Beefcake Parker. Hold on.
Egg.
Gotta find. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Damn it. Of course, now I can't find it. God damn it! It's one of those scenes where it's just like, what the hell? What is it? I'm 90% positive this was McFarlane, but it's one of those that cracks me up because you guys, Dan Green on inks. There we go. Danzig Parker. No, someone said this should be a variant costume for the Spider-Man game, and I'm like, they got pretty close.
Yeah, they did.
I don't think that's
close.
McFarlane.
I don't know.
I don't think that's McFarlane either. It's earlier than.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it Zach?
Peter's not
that might
trusty
be-
enough.
That might be Zach. Yeah, I feel like that's like Sin Eater era. One of the titles,
David's
Sin
bones
Eater.
already. Not yet. Danzig Parker would be closer in size to Spider. Man, I threw one last wash on this, and it took it down that little extra bit to level everything out. I don't like it.
Nice.
See, my problem with these figures is it's the game of, okay, when do I stop? Like, how do I stop?
And yeah, Thano, I can't remember who was asking about the Western gun last week either. But I had thrown out something too. So
Fair.
if you're here tonight, let us know, and we'll throw some suggestions at you. If you're not, we'll ask you next week.
Hell yeah. Where the hell did my other project go? God damn it. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. From a local buddy, he hooked me up with a bunch of these I keep wanting to call them bullet bikes, but breaker bikes. So I have 4 of these now.
Oh wow!
Jeez.
So I'm gonna weather up one. I gave one to Oliver because he was like, "Can I use that for my guys?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And
Dad, my guys need this.
he's like, "Can you make it look nasty?" And I'm like, "Nasty?" He's like, "Can you make it look like it's been banged up?"
Can
And
you
I'm
put
like,
some
"Sure."
Dad? Can you put some funk on it?
Yeah. So I was like, "Yeah, sure, man."
Get that
Like-
stank all over it. I need it to be
I
straight
want-
nasty.
Dad, I want it to look like something Prince would ride.
Yeah. Jeez, Dad, come on.
Fun fact: he does know who Prince is.
Well,
Because you raised him right.
yeah, and his uncle is
Yeah.
slightly obsessed with Prince. So, and I use the word slightly in the most loose sense.
I will throw it out there. He did include a Prince quote in the ceremony for my Anna's and my wedding.
I remember I was present for those nuptials.
As was a shit ton of moonshine.
I think like the wedding was beautiful. It really was, David. The shenanigans afterwards were something that we should never speak of again.
That's fair. I don't know. I had to do the responsible like schmoozing, like running around with all the relatives and everything. So I missed most of those.
Yeah, you missed out on some wilding.
I want a Prince bike.
And like, are you gonna
Hey.
paint it like pink and purple, like the Flamingos bike and Batman?
Father, I need you to funkify it. Maybe. I don't know. This is one of those things where I'm like, I'm just gonna throw a bunch of scuffs and crap on it and seal the living daylights out of it so it doesn't scrape on a bunch of his toys. This is such a cool.
I think the next season of The Mandalorian will be Mando's journey to purify himself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
We can hope.
And Manic Mike, I don't know why you're asking about Man Green Jelly, but as somebody who has played Maximum Carnage, my sole exposure to the Man Green Jelly.
Well, garbage is a bit harsh.
What?
Is it?
I don't know.
I call him garbage. I don't have any strong opinion at all. Maximum Carnage, not Maximum Garbage.
Oh, I thought you said they were garbage. That's why I was like,
No. I don't have any. I don't know enough about them to say. My sole exposure to them is the video game Maximum Carnage.
I got you.
The Sega CD version of the Amazing Spider-Man is almost entirely my exposure to the band Mr. Big, or at least the one guy from it that they got to do the soundtrack to that.
Oh, let's take a CD.
I wish mine still worked because that version of the game is way better.
That's fair. Well, the fucking processor on that thing was better than most computers at the time.
Well, it's just they polished out a lot of the crap that was in it. They made it more interesting, more Spider-Man-y.
I hope not just fancy. I'll be curious to see what happens though. When do you think Sentinel Peter is coming out? It's out from some distributors. I haven't seen any of the big like Entertainment Earth or BBTS put them up yet. I saw Mr. Big open for Rush. They were not Rush.
Well, who is? And I'm still sad I never did see Rush from there. So
After working with my good buddy Dan Warford for so long, and he was a huge Rush fan, I can safely say I would have loved to have seen Rush, but I feel like I have, because I'm pretty sure I've listened to the entirety of their discography 2 dozen times.
Fair.
That's not a dig at Dan. That's just the honest truth.
There was a guy I knew in high school who was that guy, but for Pink Floyd, and it honestly kept me from giving Pink Floyd any kind of consideration.
That was my dad.
I'm not like a Pink Floyd fan, but there's stuff there that I enjoy.
My dad was. I'm wearing one of my dad's old Pink Floyd T-shirts right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice. True.
Yeah, there's definitely.
No, not yet, Manic.
I have a hard time listening to Pink Floyd now, just because of attachment to
the association with.
Yeah, but I love Pink Floyd. I think there's such an amazing soundscape involved, and I do think that oh gosh, now his name's gonna escape me. The lead guitarist.
Roger Waters?
No, Waters was the bass player and the lead singer.
Okay. That's the only name.
Oh come on, God, this makes me mad.
Give it a second, the chat will explode.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd equals overrated. Ouch.
Oh wow, you're wrong. I mean, how's it feel to be that? How's it feel to be that wrong in your life?
David Gilmour.
David Gilmour. David Gilmour, I think, is one of the best guitarists of all time.
So, do either of you have a band that's or bands where you had somebody that ruined them for you, and then you came back to them later?
My dad with Black Sabbath.
Okay.
We lived between 3 churches, and my mom was into religion. One of my dad's masters was in world religion and mythology, and his thing was like, my kids will not go to church until they've read all these holy tomes, and then they can make a decision for themselves what deity they wish to worship. So on Sundays, my dad would go out and do yard work, and he would be blaring like Zeppelin and Sabbath. And yeah, luckily we always had cool priests who lived next door who were like, that's where my love of Conan comes, is from a priest who had every issue of Savage Sword of Conan when I was a kid and would let me read them.
So he was the good priest and the others were the bad priest?
Well, he was also like into Godzilla, and we had an old priest for a while. Bring me an old priest and a young priest, who lived next door, and he was also big into like Godzilla. He'd like lived in Japan for a while. He was a super cool dude.
Stairway to Heaven, my lord. Any Pink Floyd fans in the chat definitely need to check out Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets release, which was a live CD doing lots of the old era Floyd. Great stuff.
Has anyone else seen Live at Pompeii?
I added some silver to those pipes, and it actually kind of pops it a little bit.
I have not, but I don't watch a lot of.
I have it on DVD. It's amazing. It's them.
Yeah,
it's
Miguel.
the album. It's the album before. What is it? I can't remember which album it's before. Because they're also like recording at the same time. It shows them like recording. I think maybe it's before Wish You Were Here, but they literally just play Pompeii Amphitheater to no one.
Oh,
it's friggin' awesome.
Ooh.
Oh, this has come together really quickly the last
couple. That's a reason I enjoy them. Whoever said they were overrated earlier.
It's Nanny.
Oh, Nanny.
Hello, Nanny.
Whoever said they were overrated earlier, you're definitely entitled to your opinion. I was just giving you a hard time. But I think that's one reason I fell in love with them, is because they were just different.
Hell yeah.
Out of all the prog...
He wasn't a Judas Priest. Nice, Amelia.
Out of all the prog rock that I got introduced to as a kid, they were by far the most different.
The Greek is the best venue for the atmosphere.
You're just reminding me of the article I saw this week on Hard Times, which was, you're a King Crimson fan? Please don't name any of their songs.
I was never a big King Crimson fan until I became friends with Dave Richardson, and then he was just
like, Davey Blaze.
Let me force
you.
I've
got no strong opinion on King Crimson one way or the other. I just thought that was hilarious. Yeah, as the article goes on, it's like, okay, you're up to, you named 45 now. Like, you can stop. It's okay. I don't even know the names of any more King Crimson songs.
Also, has anyone else here seen Mandy?
I have not yet. I hear it's very good.
Oh, Mandy's awesome. There is a great use of a King Crimson song in that movie.
You guys are going to customize any of the Plunderlings? 9th, I actually have a couple plans. I'm actually waiting on 2 to come in so that I can do a little work on them. Joey Blue. Oh, you're good. Wait, Disney now owns Nanny Mutant and Nanny Muppet. Crossover! King Crimson and Tool played a show in 06. Trippy.
Oh, geez, that's wild.
I mean, they would be I will say Disney is leaving money on the table, not doing a Muppet Babies X Babies crossover.
Give it time. Yeah, remember the X-Men have to debut in the MCU before they can.
And Disney has to give a shit about the Muppets, yeah.
Yeah. Well, before they can give a shit about the X Babies.
I have to kind of wonder if Disney gives a shit about the X-Men at all, or if they just see them as still a little toxic after.
Oh no, I think they're just waiting for the right, because I think them getting a hold of it wasn't something that they had in their longer vision, and they don't want to, because that's it. I mean, wait until you've got a chance to introduce them, and maybe some of your other, your current big characters are contracts are coming up.
Hold up, what's that, King?
That's what I was working on tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the eyes yet, but
I like it.
Apparently, the head is based on an old Galaxy Warriors head.
Cool.
Yeah, it's got that vibe. I like that. That's really cool.
Cyber Jedi. I don't believe we have seen the upper portion of the Muppet Babies Nanny. I think
So-
once or twice you see her
Yeah.
from the neck down, but Ninth says, "Nice, King." Mitch, Magoon. The two nannies are one and the same. Oh, I knew it.
It could be.
Man, that dry brush over that base black ends up being pretty cool. Just adds that little bit of texture and makes it pop. I like that. This bike's seen some shit.
Oliver will be pleased.
Yes. Well, he was like, yeah. Can you
Got
see?
the fault.
This is one of the coolest things. So it has the steering column, right? But
Mhm.
for figures, you can adjust the position of the handlebars,
Yeah.
which I like a lot. Imagine Papa Smurf as a plunderling. That's just a plunderling now. The real nanny is the friends we made along the way. Someday we won't have that joke pop up in its A stream.
No, you leave that joke alone. That joke has done nothing to you to earn your dismay.
Ooh, Ramcycle, you nasty, says Patrick.
Ooh, you nasty.
Well, so I have my Grifter custom on one of these, and I have two more. So, just gonna all the bikes. Sorry, three more. There's one more in here.
Good Lord. I'll have to think if I have any uses for those.
But the funny thing is the main thing that I was so psyched for is I got another breaker, but I'm going to actually use it to make a character that I have ogled at Matthew's house there many a time. And let me see if I can find the damn head that I'm going to put on it. But thanks to Cranky Monkey in the chat, who I believe... Why are you waiting on the joke? I'm not.
Are you doing orb?
But I am going to use this Grifter head, and I am going to make Jack Flag.
Oh, nice.
So I gotta make a better head joint because there's currently nothing in there.
Nothing there.
There's just a void. But I have. Oh no, I gotta find it. Damn it! I have a Rocketeer bib piece from a Busted Select that I'm gonna put on the chest. And I think that'll be real nice. That'll be real nice. Up there? Nope, that's Colossus.
You know, I can tell your brother's tired.
Huh? How?
Because he's not here. He hasn't popped up.
That's fair. I put it in the group chat, so I figured if he wanted to hop on, he'll hop on.
He's been with his new appointment and still keeping that old class for one more semester. He's pretty fried, I think.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. I should pick up a breaker so I can do a Jake Mysterio. Nice. I laughed the other day. Someone's like, "Put a beanie on it, Beanie Man," and I'm like, "For what?" And they're like, "It could be you." I'm like, "It doesn't look like me." It's like, "It has a beard." I'm like, "That's all it takes?" Like, shit.
You're a beard. You're a walking beard. That can be taken so many ways.
Right. Oh my god, why can't I get this thing open? Damn it. Trying to check my different parts bins, and of course I can't find the one that has the damn part in it that I need.
I haven't seen you guys for so long. I have a bag of bodies still. Just
I've still got stuff to get you. Have you gotten? Did you pre-order the Origins Stridor?
I did.
Okay, I was gonna say I've seen it in stores. So
Pre-ordered that. I pre-ordered the next wave as well with Sunman. I'm super stoked for Sunman.
Ooh, VR Troopers.
I mean that they're doing.
Come on,
Freaking, I was excited for Sunman, and then when they were like, "We're gonna do more of it," it's like, okay, this is awesome. Because I mean, Sunman's awesome, and whatever. But I'm more
That's true, Quintillion.
excited about the other characters from the property showing up.
Very
And
true.
it looks like we're going to get another Sunman, a variant with the flat top.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their plan is there because I think the Mattel whatever the hell they call it version comes with both heads, maybe.
The PowerCon wasn't PowerCon though, was it? It was like
No, it was Mattel Creations.
no.
I think that one comes with both heads, but if they want to release both heads out there as separate versions or whatever, so people can get them, awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was pretty sure since he showed up on the package art for the Creations one that we were gonna get Pighead, but I'm really glad that we are.
Maybe. Beard plus beanie equals Dave. Beard plus cap equals Robo. Boring plus no beard plus no headwear equals Beebs.
That is some serious hardcore math you're doing there. All the maths.
The Dave Wonder Sons of Anarchy line.
I was gonna say, toy du jour, but what does that mean for their chances of sacrifice?
Yeah. Oh, hey, I was looking for that. Not exactly what I was looking for, but damn it. I am finding all of the parts of which I don't need right now, but I was looking for it the other day.
Well, that's how that works. I genuinely will, when I'm looking for something and I can't find it after a couple minutes, I'll be like, all right, what else do I need to find today? Or in general, like I'm just let me look for another specific thing, because I know as soon as I start looking for a different thing, I'll find the first thing that I want.
Pretty much. Not looking to Mitch Falcon, not looking to expand my services right now. Spider bike. Oh my God! Don't tell my brother that Mr. T is an option for a name. Game over.
It's pretty on the nose. And I can't remember what line it was released in, but I'll grab it in a second here. I got a spider bike that I like a lot.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second. Well, because it came out around close enough to the Spider-Man Worldwide or whatever arc that was.
Spider-Man Worldwide, baby.
Yeah.
All the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I felt that this would like fit right in with that kind of.
Oh yeah.
But then aha! It's a spider now.
Yeah. Waka waka.
And now I gotta figure out. I gotta do something with this.
You could wear teabag necklaces, Mr. T. Mr. T. And you never saw that missile again.
No, it's like a Nerf missile, so it's fairly obvious. And I also don't want it. I just don't know what else to fill in the front of this thing. I should find a.
It is now a cat toy.
Ever wonder if X-Men had a personal chef? It's a school. Butterbeard's rock persona, T-Rex. I kind of like that one.
They didn't have a personal chef. They always just were shown making their own stuff. But they did have a dance teacher.
So many fucking sandwiches.
They were big on sandwiches.
Because it's an easy thing to draw. It's like they weren't going to have lobster thermidor. Maybe because some of their classmates were part fish.
Well, there's got to be some mutant in there. You can be like, yeah, you're one of the X-Men. You do the important task of using your powers to make us food.
I'm surprised that's not one mutant's powers.
I can't remember which writer it was, but or artist, but he created a mutant called Soft Serve, whose power is that she shits ice cream.
Oh God.
And he created her as a joke, but because he actually got a job on one of the X books, he drew her in the background on Krakoa. So she's canon now.
That sounds about right.
And the dance teacher was who was the dance teacher?
Dance.
New Mutants. God damn it.
One of my buddies in high school, we would have these long talks about like what was a mutant, what wasn't a mutant, like what powers had been taken, all that type of shit. And he's like, dude, I would be one of the shittiest mutants ever. My power would be to create like one bowl of tapioca pudding a day. Like not good tapioca pudding, just a bowl of tapioca pudding a day. And I'm like, dude, but there could be that one time Magneto's gonna kill everybody. And he's just like, oh, fucking kill for some tapioca. And you'd be like, ha! And you would save the day. But, yeah. This is the shit that I used to have incredibly deep conversations about.
What's this used to shit you're talking about?
Yeah, let's just say. It sounds like Tuesday.
God damn it. There's this one. Fuck.
And yeah, Stevie Hunter, thank you so much, Quintillion, for getting that out of my head.
Stevie Hunter, why is that name so familiar?
She was the New Mutants dance teacher.
But wasn't she like, prior to that, didn't she have some connection?
No. Actually, she did kind of later like hang out at the mansion, but she just started out as like Kitty Pryde's dance teacher. Huh. I mean, who knows? Claremont liked to use the names of people he knew or actors that he liked or whatever for his characters.
Sometimes when it's like used to hang out at the mansion, it makes me just kind of like, Xavier's got this weird kind of Hefner vibe going on, which is kind of disturbing when you think about it in the context.
Yeah. I was looking for this.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I was gonna say. You don't want Beast making the sandwiches because you're just gonna have freaking blue hair
everywhere
in your mayonnaise.
I can't hear you, mayonnaise. That might be my wife's favorite line in all Mystery Science Theater. Because I occasionally will just scream it out of nowhere. I can't hear you, mayonnaise.
Wait, is this
which is originally from like an officer and a gentleman, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Not Louis Gossett Jr. yelling that at Richard Gere. Jeez, this is my life.
Nothing wrong with that.
This is a good life.
Oh, I just found a sword.
Is it a sword or is it a sword?
I'm gonna go motherfucker. I just broke that.
No, it was not an option, David.
Yes.
Rumhamble's Xavier's twin trying to kill him was just Grant Morrison being Grant Morrison, but Cassandra Nova is coming back and will be playing the Marauders.
And she's coming for blood.
She's bringing hell with her. I liked Morrison's run on that book, man. I don't care what you say.
I liked it too. I thought that was it was weird, but that's what you get.
I think that's what the X-Men needed, and I think it was beautiful.
Dave, is it the jerky? No, it's not the jerky sword from me. I'm gonna go. Oh motherfucker, Beanie McMinnesota.
Man, you're catching a lot of grief tonight, David.
Yeah, I'm used to it. God damn it.
You're okay with it.
Yeah.
Leave the boy alone. He just wants to mod in your house.
God, I just watched the best of Chris Farley the other day, and
the Hurley boy.
Yeah. Let the boy sleep in your sheets.
Can't you see he needs to rest?
Morrison is a weird person indeed.
Morrison's a weird person I can get behind. That's the kind of weird we need in the world.
Yes. Well, yeah. Speaking of Morrison, now when Dave was talking earlier about the different mutant powers and what defines mutant and all that stuff, that is one of my all-time favorite concepts Morrison came up with on Doom Patrol, the quiz. Was every superpower you've never thought of. So as soon as you think of it, she loses that power. So when they're fighting her, they're just like shouting out different weird superpowers.
Who would I cast Chris Farley in the MCU? Well, that's a little difficult, but
I mean, you saw what they did with Mark Hamill and the Mandalorian.
that's true. Holy shnikes.
They could just, you know.
Oh, I know Super Spike. I know. You son of a bitch. No.
Who would you cast him as? Now I'm kind of interested.
I don't know that I would. I think he would be a good like voice.
He'd be a great voice.
I don't know. I can't really think of anybody who who it would be, like you would want to put somebody of his talent as like a,
Microchip.
He could be a good microchip. Yeah.
I think it would be one of those that would be just fancy blob. The Thing. Actually, I could see him doing a pretty decent thing.
No.
I don't think he would be the definitive Thing. I think Michael Chiklis has that pretty well in hand.
Really?
I really like Michael Chiklis as the Thing.
Agree to disagree. He was the best thing in those movies, and that's not saying a lot.
Well, he was the only thing in that movie. Yes!
You should be ashamed of yourself.
No. Juggernaut, Mojo. Now Brother Beard would be a perfect microchip. Is that a compliment? I'm not sure.
Porcupine.
Big Pork?
Porcupine.
That's the thing, is I don't want him to be a joke necessarily. I mean,
I think they've done interesting things with the porcupine in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. I don't know if they would in the MCU, but it's the thing they were. Yes.
Damn it. I dug the stuff with him and Spider-Woman.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm fucking lost. I don't know how I have not found this fucking part yet. I think I have gone through every goddamn bin.
I do very much enjoy when they do those stories where the villain's like, "Hey, man, I'm just a working schlub here. I'm trying to get my life together."
Stop punching me.
Well, in that book, they like dated.
Those are absolutely some of my favorite types of villains. Like the. Did you watch the MODOK series?
Yes.
Just that episode with the D-listers. The way they handle those characters. It's like, yeah, we're crappy at this, but what we do.
It's one of the reasons I love the Rogues so much in the Flash.
Yeah.
Because they're like, "Hey, man, we're just thieves.
We're just doing our thing, all right? Don't judge."
Yeah, we like to dress up in costumes.
Chris
There's
Farley
a couple of
is
us that are
Star-Lord.
dickheads. But, like Mirror Master is a dickhead. And
Wrecker or Absorbing Man.
oh, God.
I kind of like the idea
Wrecker.
of Wrecker or Absorbing Man, and like don't CGI him. Just let him be Chris Farley coming out there in stripy pants, swinging a giant ball around. I'd be okay with that.
Oh, no.
Wrecker or any of the other two Pile Driver.
Butterball?
No, here.
Ooh, Shadow King.
The Fabulous Frogman.
Oh, he'd be great Frogman. That'd be fucking awesome. Oh shit, this rules. Sorry. I found a part. It wasn't the part that I was looking for. Holy shit, it's 10 o'clock.
It is.
Good gravy.
Hey, man, we were on Farley time there for a little bit.
I know, shit. Well, real quick, I guess we'll run it around real quick. King Ginger, what you got coming up, boss?
D and O every other Monday on Gnome World United. We're getting to a pretty big switch point in the campaign here, so that's cool. Then I'm here every other Tuesday until they say they don't want me no mo's. And I don't know. I got some other stuff. Irons in the fire, baby. Irons in the fire.
Hell yeah.
Also, you can find me on Instagram. I don't remember what my Instagram is, but that's where I post some stuff I've done. Like I
There you
finished this dude.
To say, yep, he's got it right there. Mitch Falcon, always on the ball.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
over the weekend, I did some Meng and banging.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that thing's freaking awesome, man.
Agreed. Matthew, what you got coming up, boss?
I'm here.
Nailed it.
Tuesday.
You're beautiful, baby. You're beautiful.
That's what I got. Hypno Hustlers _ customs on the Instagram. I'll share my stuff there. And yeah, you can find me elsewhere. Hit me up if you got customizing stuffs.
True story. And we're here.
We should start like a Facebook group for the show or some shit.
Fun fact, I actually have a Patreon that I've been working on specifically for doing custom tutorials and whatnot that'll hopefully be launching at the end of the month.
Oh,
So,
okay. There you go.
yeah, more info on that soon. You can find me at all of these. You can find me right here Monday through Wednesday. Mondays 9 to 10, Tuesdays and Wednesdays 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. On Tuesdays, obviously it's Tiny Meng Tuesdays. I'm right here doing some chop and shop and talk and shop with these fellas. Tomorrow night I will be back for Tiny Meng, or Jesus Christ, for Toys with the Boys. It will be Cincy and a very special guest. So that is 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, gripping and ripping, talking wrestling, all that fun stuff. Let's see who goes through the forbidden door. Shall we? As always, thank you everybody in the chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support, hanging out. Thank you, Mitch, aka on Instagram, Stupid Sexy Colossus. You can also check out Ninth's eBay store currently.
Yeah. Thanks. Always chat. You're always great. You always keep it fun. So
thank you for kicking ass, and as always, much love from Minnesota. Good night.
Stay warm.
Mitch, you can power down now. Mitch, I can't make you. I'm just trying to help you save some power, all right? God, try and help a guy out. Hoi!